Roll out the wet red carpet because the NASCAR Winston Cup Series is in town today for the running of the Auto Club 500. For race 3 of 36, last week was a dominating performance set by the 64 team of Dylan Murway. Not so much in qualifying this week. Dylan Murway will roll off 25th after punching his ticket to the Winston Cup playoffs with his win at Vegas. See the happy hour times on the screen. Kurt Busch and Jimmy Johnson. Wow, terrible starts for those two. Bobby Labonte won the Budweiser Pull Award for this race. Let's go trackside.
We're in Fontana, California, home of the California Speedway for today's Auto Club 500. It's another great day for racing. We should see a lot of green flag racing in this one.
Yeah, and what makes these long green runs interesting is that although the cars are all relatively similar, they can have very different pit windows. That can play a very important role at the end of the race when determining who has to pit again and who can go the distance.
The 64 car has been quite a good sport on the racetrack with Bill Elliott.
You can tell that's something he's really been working at recently. Respect on the racetrack just doesn't happen all of a sudden. It's something you need to put some effort into.
Ken Schrader has earned over 20 pole positions during his NASCAR career.
Schrader's always been pretty good in qualifying, especially in the late 80s and early 90s. In 1993, he started 8 of 30 races from the front row. When you're not working your way through traffic, a good finish is a lot easier.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
Now, let's take a look at the starting lineup.
In the front row are the Interstate Battery Chevrolet and the Stacker 2 Dodge. In the second row are the 24 car and the UPS Ford. Starting the race from row 3 are the 6 car and the Valvoline Pontiac. The fourth row has the Singular Wireless Chevrolet and the Dale Jr. Chevrolet. Starting the race from row 5 will be the GM Goodrich Chevrolet and the M&M's Ford. In row 6 we have the Alltel Dodge and the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet. Starting from row 7 will be the Team Rusty Dodge and the Sterling Marlin Dodge. In the 8th row are the UAW Delphi Chevrolet and the Motorcraft Ford. In the 9th row, we have the Citgo Ford and the Home Depot Chevrolet. In the 10th row are the 01 car and the Cheerios Dodge. Starting the race from row 11 are the Caterpillar Dodge and the Target Dodge. The 12th row has the Kodak Maxville Pontiac and the Dodge Dealers UAW Dodge. The 64 car, the NASCAR Winston Cup points leader, will begin the race from the middle of the field. The 14th row has the Dodge Dealers UAW Dodge and the DeWalt Power Tools Ford. In row 15 are the Tide Pontiac and the Kellogg Chevrolet. Starting the race from row 16 are the Hooters Ford and the Autobahn Ford. Row 17 has the America Online Chevrolet and the Georgia Pacific Dodge. Starting in row 18 will be the O2 car and the Net Zero Pontiac. In row 19 are the 27 car and the Rubbermaid Sharpie Ford. In row 20 are the 48 car and the BAM Racing Dodge. Back in row 21, we have the 57 car and the Haviland Dodge. And rounding out the field is the 1 car.
So we see the starting lineup on the screen and the pack coming to us during the pace laps. So Bobby Labonte and Kenny Wallace are on the front row. Jeff Gordon with a much better qualifying run than last week. Emphasis on much better. Starting third today. Shout out to Johnny Benson with another strong qualifying effort for him. At the end of the day, who will be in victory lane? 62 laps, pace car is off. We are underway from California. All the way coming down the backstretch there, 3 wide, multiple rows deep up front. Dylan Murway trying to figure out how he can pick his way through that big mess. I think they're 4 wide for a moment. You got Michael Waltrip and Ricky Rudd in the middle of that. Dylan Murway side by side with Casey Mears and Ward Burton. There's contact between the two. They get out of it okay. 3 wide, 4 wide for a moment. Oh, that didn't work. Almost didn't work. As Dylan Murway continues to just rip right through this pack. Gonna get a little aggressive with Nadu. Wow. That car is loose. Dylan Murway up to 13th, trying to get a draft off of the 23 of Kenny Wallace as he skates and does his standard fall through the field. Dylan Murway trying to work Newman past Nemechek, Burton, and his teammate Rusty Wallace. Jeff Gordon currently battling with Kevin Harvick up ahead. Gordon getting a little chippy with Newman. Gordon is all over the back of that 29 car. Driving the special Chrome Illusion paint Chevrolet for this race. Initially driven at Richmond in 2001 in the last race, unfortunately before those tragic attacks of September 11th. Dylan Murway teaming up with Gordon. Ooh, almost a big moment there. Oh, boy. Looks like Dylan Murway might be trying to team up with Jeff Gordon. Maybe. If Gordon will get going. On the outside lane. Trying to push Jeff to the front. And out front, Mark Martin has settled into the top spot. He won this race in 1998. So him and Bercholani of the Blue Ovals are going to be a pretty strong sight for competition today. Wow, this is stressful. Newman just almost ran Dylan high. He wants to stay with Gordon, but Gordon tucks in. Looks like he's going to give a push to the 6 of Martin and put Jeff Gordon to the points. New leader at California. So after a bit of a dicey start for Dylan Murray working through the pack, he's pushed Jeff Gordon out front by maybe a couple seconds, but the field needs to organize themselves behind. Dylan Murray. So top 5 is Jeff Gordon, Dylan Murray, Dale Jarrett, Mark Martin, and Ryan Newman in the top 5. The rule with this format, if a driver wins, they are automatically locked into the chase. Kurt Busch and Dylan Murray become the first 2. Will we have a third different winner this season? We've already had a Ford and a Chevrolet. Could we have a Dodge or a Pontiac? Maybe make it even more diverse. So far, early on, Dylan Murray has been had a very strong car and has made an even stronger case with his work with the 24 Jeff Gordon. Gordon running Dylan low. Here comes Dylan to the line. And Dylan will get the lead over the 24 of Gordon. Could Gordon fall in line and do the same with Dylan? Dylan will take the spot from Jeff. Another new leader here at California. $11 laps complete here in the Auto Club 500 early on in this one. Dale Jarrett is starting to break away from Newman and Martin while they fight for 4th. Dylan Murray is looking to put some distance on him and Jeff Gordon. So out front, Dylan Murray is putting a big gap. Looks like Dale Jarrett has taken over 2nd from Gordon, as he's already beginning the gap. Can Dale Jarrett and Jeff Gordon team up to run down Dylan Murray, as he is already kicking on cruise control at this point in the race? And I mean, good Lord. That guy is fast. He's got a full 2nd on him as they dive back off towards turn 1. While we're here, let's go ahead and turn up those sound systems and listen to the sounds of the racetrack with a Crank It Up. A little bit of a change in the top 5. Rusty Wallace has moved into the top 5 in 5th. Jeff Gordon has unfortunately been passed by Ryan Newman, who's fallen to 4th. Could be a tight condition on the DuPont Chevrolet, so they'll have to fix it in the next stop. So top 5 is Dylan Murway, Dale Jarrett, Ryan Newman, Jeff Gordon, and the 2 of Rusty Wallace in the top 5. Dylan Murway has already gapped Dale Jarrett by a solid 2 seconds. Heading down into 3. As Dylan Murway has already gapped the 88 of Dale Jarrett going into turn 3. I mean, he's already gapped them. And he's already added another second to that lead as he took the lead from Jeff Gordon on lap 10. He's led the past 8 laps. I think there might be possibility of green flag stops coming up shortly. Depending on how these yellows, if we get any yellows here in the next few laps. "19 laps complete here in the Auto Club 500. Dylan Murway has just gapped the field at this point. And by gapped, I mean yapped the field. I mean, wow. Dylan Murway has now added 4 seconds to his lead, so he's got 4.2 seconds between him and Dale Jarrett. And through 3 and 4. And then back to the line, another lap led for the 64 team out of Greeley, Colorado. Dylan Murway looks to have a pretty good shot at his second win of the year if he can keep this dominating performance going. Emphasis on dominant.
Watch your fuel. That's it. That's the speed we're looking for.
Dylan Murway continuing to gap Dale Jarrett. And it looks like Dylan may have to pit the next couple laps at least. If he doesn't pit by at least lap 24, he might not make it all the way around. Dylan Norway continuing to run down to turn one. Immediately on off the brakes for a little bit. Hard on the gas. As he makes his way down the backstretch, getting ready to begin his first round of green flag pit stops for the day. First green flag pit stops. First time we've had those in this one. So, first green flag pit stops of the day. And Dylan Norway heads onto the racetrack and somehow avoids getting lapped. Maybe. Can't quite get onto the track yet. You have to blend in turn. Whoa! It's almost a tight moment there between Dylan Norway and Dale Jarrett. Dylan falls in line. Looks like Jarrett may have to pit this time, knowing the pit strategy angle. Dylan Norway trying to root and gouge Dale Jarrett out of the way as he takes the lead back down the backstretch. Jarrett is going to begin his green flag pit stops today, first of the afternoon. Wow, we got a ton of cars on pit road right now, including the leader, as he makes his way back out. Now forward of the line. Dylan Norway will probably take the lead here. And he will do just that. Gapped him by maybe a solid five or 6 seconds, depending on how the lead shakes out at the line. It'll be big for Dylan Norway if he wants to have another win. And he cycles out 5 seconds. Jeff Burton with some solid strategy. He's made his way up to the 4th position. The go forward. And while we continue the early cruise around this facility, we'd like to remind you that next week, another 1 week from now, here this Saturday, we will end the West Coast swing with a trip out to Phoenix International Raceway for the running of the Checker Auto Parts 500, beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern. Remember to always turn the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single video on this channel. Don't forget to turn on the bell to miss any videos on this channel, whether that be playthroughs, custom NASCAR seasons using the current playoff format, or the NASCAR Classic races I've been posting. Always turn on that bell so you don't miss anything from this channel. Wow, not really a whole lot of drama happening. Dylan Murway is just put a gap on the 88 of Dale Jarrett, who just got to the start-finish line, as Dylan Murway is halfway through 1 and 2. And then back down into turn 3. Dylan Murway continuing to pick him up and put him down. His fastest lap was a 37.92. He has broken the 37-second bracket in this race. As Jeff Burton has slipped well out of the top 5. Dylan Murway continues to basically put a clinic on this field. Looks like problems there for Stanton Barrett. Wow. A little bit of sparks there off of that 60 car. Might have been because he was bottoming over those bumps going down the backstretch. I don't know. But that could be something to watch out for. A little bit of contact with the 60. Dylan Murway trying to pass Stanton Barrett on the outside. And can't quite clear him. He'll get the run off the 2. And that will put Stanton Barrett a lap down. Dylan Murway coming by Jack Sprague to the line. He's almost got 5 seconds on Dale Jarrett. Got a car coming to pit road, a couple cars actually on pit road. Chase Montgomery in the 27. Looked like Tony Stewart up ahead. There's an orange car. Couldn't tell if it was him or Mike Skinner. But it looks like we may have some more cars on pit road this time. Dylan Murway continuing a very dominating performance in this race. And starting 25th, he has made his way to the front by lap 10, and he is all but gone right now. And it looks like Dylan Murway is catching up to the 57 Kevin LePage. Looks to dispose of him quickly before going into turn 1. Or turn 3, I'm sorry.
38-1. Awesome lap.
Well, Norway has opened up a pretty big lead here with 24 laps to go. The line will be 23 laps to go. 3 at this point. So top 5 now, Bobby Labonte has made his play pretty solidly into the top 5. He's in 5th, so top 5 is, as it stands, Dylan Murway, Dale Jarrett, Rusty Wallace, Ryan Newman, and Bobby Labonte. Oh, Ryan Newman with a problem. Wow. Could be big. Might have been an engine issue on the 12. So that should move Jeff Gordon back into the top 5. You got Ricky Rudd, Tony Stewart, Jeff Burton, and Jimmy Johnson right at the top 10. So there's really only 5 cars on the lead lap due to the way these pit cycles have gone. And they haven't gone in a lot of people's favor. So we have 5 cars, 6 on the lead lap. Ryan Newman is currently listed as out of the race. So that puts the total down to 5 on the lead lap. As we look for the rest of the pack, Newman should be making his way to pit road now. He's smoky on the apron anyway, so tough break for the 12 team, which Dylan did push him into the top 5 for a little bit, but held even with Dylan on the side drafting him early in the race. But other than that, it's been the Dylan Murway show pretty much all day. Ever since Dylan took that lead from Jeff Gordon, he has not let go at all. Dylan Murway gets by the 43 of Fittipaldi. Laps him and the 11 of Brett Lodine. Yeah, Dylan Murway he has not stopped since the drop in rain. He had 1 green flag pit stop, but he has not given up the lead once today. For any reason at all. Crosses under the 0-2 of Hermie Sadler. Dylan Murway with a big lead here, continuing to put laps on the competition. He'll probably have to come in for a final pit stop in the next 5 or so laps, 5 or 6. Dylan Murway is a 7-second lead over the 88 of Dale Jarrett. And it's almost 7.5 actually, as he continues to lap the field. Basically, almost a big moment there. Dylan gets spun by Greg Biffle, somehow saves it. That's kind of an interesting yet stupid move if I'm the 16. So I allowed Jarrett to close in by a second. And Dylan's coming back on Biffle. Going to try to get his lap back. Put Biffle back a lap down. I'm sorry. Dylan coming out of turn 4 again. More contact. Oh, right on the wall. Biffle and Schrader get together. A little bit. No yellow. That was a pretty hard hit, too, between the two. As Dylan Miller continues to put a dominating performance today here at California. Coming out on turn 4 again, we should be getting to the 15 laps to go in this race. Dylan Murray has a 7-second lead over the 88 of Dale Jarrett. And it looks like Dylan might be, he's going to have to pit now. He's almost out of gas. As he lets the car roll through 3 and 4, Dylan to pit lane, and slowing down. Little half-pound rope wedge back in the car. Great pit stop for Dylan Murway as he falls to 24th. Ooh, almost a big moment there. He gets hit by Biffle. And I don't think Biffle goes around on the backstretch and gets hit by Fittipaldi. As Biffle spins and brings out the first caution of the regular season. As they race back to turn 4, that might not have been a smart idea for Dylan Murway, but he races back to the caution. That could change things for a lot of drivers. Biffle, he got lucky. Because that would have been much worse if Biffle landed in front of somebody. So, see the pit summary on the screen. As Dylan Murway will restart 3rd, green flag waves. Jeff Gordon is your race leader. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is fighting to get his lap back. Gordon's got Kyle Petty all over him, and Christian Fittipaldi making up the top 3. Sadler, Jr., and Benson are a lap down. Fittipaldi, Petty, and Gordon are not. Dylan will slide up, almost take the nose off Jr.'s car. And now Dylan sets his sights on Jeff Gordon. Dillon charges in on the outside of Jeff. Can he get the spot? Couldn't quite clear him. Gordon goes high. Dillon dips low. Still neck and neck at the line somehow. Going into one, they're going to give it to Dillon. But I don't think Dillon will go. Gordon will go down without a fight. Dillon slides up. Gordon takes the lead off two. Dillon hits the wall. That's another driver was talking in the media day during Speed Weeks about making a statement after finishing second in the final point standings to his teammate in the championship 4 in Jimmy Johnson. He wants him and Dylan Mulway both have a goal to set out and make a statement this season. Does Dylan Mulway have enough equipment in that car to run down Jeff Gordon? Rusty Wallace has made his way to third. This was the site of his last Winston Cup win back in 2001 when he ironically held off Jeff Gordon as Gordon comes into pit road. Kind of an odd decision to pit as late as he did. Really surprised no one else came and stopped him. 5 to go, so this puts Rusty Wallace in the driver's seat. I guess Gordon couldn't make it on fuel because we had all that green flag racing. Here comes Rusty Wallace and Dale Jarrett teaming up. There's Bobby Labonte in 4th, Kevin Harvick in 5th. Got 3 veterans taking on a young gun here late in California. The race at California. 4 to go at the line. Dylan Mulway still holding even with Rusty. They almost touch off 2. Seems it would have been more fitting if Rusty ran that Elvis car back at Vegas last week. They're still side by side. Who does Jarrett go with? Does Jarrett follow Rusty or does he follow Dylan? There's contact. Neck and neck. I believe they'll give it to Rusty. There's contact. Getting even more aggressive. Jarrett to 3rd. What does Jarrett do? Jarrett tries to throw a block. Dylan will take the lead going down the back. Rusty goes way high. They touch. Dylan crosses low. Can he get by Jarrett? 2 laps to left at California. Side by side down the backstretch. Dylan with a crossover. Can he get to Dale Jarrett? And if he does, I bet you he'll move him. Jarrett all the way up high. Off of 4. Dylan will take the lead. Coming to the line. Jarrett still holds even. White flag at California. Oh, Dylan got tight with Jarrett. Crosses high. Dylan barely comes in front of Jarrett. Jarrett comes low off of 2. That brings Rusty back into this if they keep racing side by side like they are. Who does Rusty go with? Into turn 3 for the final time. Neck and neck. Dylan makes contact. Will he get to Jarrett? Can he get him? Off of 4 to the line. And Dylan barely edges out Dale Jarrett. Wow.
This is the kind of
Well, you're right. That was an incredible finish to an even more incredible race. This NASCAR Winston Cup Series is so exciting to watch.
The Monte Carlo car truly dominated this race.
Doesn't get much better than that. He led the most laps, and more importantly, he led the last lap, which gives him the victory.
The 64 car has a new friend who he can team up with on the racetrack.
Relationships with other drivers are important in NASCAR Winston Cup Series. It can make you or break you.
How about that last-ditch effort? There was a late battle with Jeff Gordon, but Dylan Mulway barely edged out Dale Jarrett at the line for his second win of the year here at Phoenix, or California. Phoenix is next week. What a battle, though, to the end. Kind of an odd pit call by Gordon and his crew chief. And I guess he might have been short on fuel after whatever that was. So plus 96 for Jeff Gordon, plus 90 for Ryan Newman, minus 58 for Greg Biffle, and plus 2 for Jeff Burton. Top 10, Dylan Mulway wins today at California. Dale Jarrett ends up second. Rusty Wallace third. Tony Stewart fourth. Bobby Labonte fifth. Kurt Busch sixth. Jimmy Johnson seventh. Kevin Harvick eighth. Michael Waltrip ninth. And Ward Burton ends up 10th. Big shout out to Jimmy Johnson and Kurt Busch, who started basically at the back of the pack and having top 10 days. Jeff Gordon, after pitting late for fuel, ends up 24th, one lap down. Tough break for him. And Earnhardt Jr. continues to have another slow start to the season. Kind of shocking he wasn't in contention in the Daytona 500. And then we look through the rest of the pack. Ryan Newman and Mark Martin both retired from the race due to problems with their engines. So anyway, we'll be back in California in the playoffs for the round of 12. Depending on how things go. So, we look at the awards for the week. Dylan Mulway opens up with second straight win of the year. And so for the awards, Bobby Labonte won the pole. Dylan Mulway led the most laps. Kurt Busch passed the most cars, even though Jimmy Johnson started one spot further back than him. Dylan Mulway had the fastest lap, was the best rookie, and Rusty Wallace made the best pass. Bobby Labonte joins Dylan Mulway in the pole award in the pole shootout list. Dylan Mulway basically has murdered Jamie McMurray so far in this early stretch of the season. And Chevrolet has a 5-point lead over Ford in the manufacturer championship. And Dylan Mulway has continued to put a wallop on the 21 Ricky Rudd in the EA Sports Lap Champion Awards. So, see the standings for some big-name guys like Jeff Gordon, who basically almost won today, but ended up finishing 24th. His best finish so far this season has been at Vegas. So, next time we will end the West Coast swing with a trip out to Phoenix, and then 2 fast racetracks, Atlanta and Texas, plus the fan favorite at Bristol coming up in the next few weeks. by an off week and a Friday night race at Martinsville for the first night race of the season with a inverted version of the Man in Black paint scheme. Have a great day.